We believe that home is central to the dignity of each and every person and a foundation for each person's life. Without a home or a place to lay your head, you cannot meaningfully participate in society.
In 1975, this country built 8,500 council houses. In 1985, we built 6,900 council houses. And in 2015, we built 75 council houses. There is no solution to this homeless and housing crisis unless we start building social and affordable housing on a much more ambitious scale. There is no alternative.
I would implore the people of Ireland to vote for candidates and parties who are going to deliver on housing and build public and social housing for the people of this country. A lot of people I know have had to leave Ireland because they can't afford to live in the land of their birth anymore. And these are people with jobs, working people. And a lot of the artists I know have had to leave Ireland. Governments like Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are squeezing all the artists and the ordinary people out of Ireland.
Many of the people now who live in precarious housing conditions or are homeless will be the disadvantaged older people of the future. We know there's a growing number of older people who are dependent on the rental market and are in very precarious situations. Also, many older people hear a narrative about using up space, having houses that are too big for them, without a proper plan around how they might be supported to downsize their homes if they wish to.
Affordable housing can be delivered. The private sector cannot deliver affordable housing. It's just not possible at the moment. The state must intervene. The biggest barrier to affordable housing is land, and we do know that the state controls or owns enough vacant residential land at the moment for well over 100,000 dwellings around the country and 40,000 dwellings in County Dublin.
Home for Good wants to see legal change so that the right to safe and secure housing is properly protected in our Constitution. We see this as an enduring protection, a long-term vision to safeguard against recurrence of this housing crisis in the future.
Currently, the programmes that we're seeing at present that have been introduced in the last 2 to 3 years are incredibly expensive. And as a rough rule of thumb, for every one rental supplement, the government could be building 2 affordable houses or social houses for the state to retain.
We also need to implement the Kenny Report of 1973, which restricted the cost of building land. The cost of the land is frequently a major part of the cost of a house. And if we implement the Kenny Report, that will actually save money because it will reduce the cost of housing substantially.
We need to see a clear commitment in the next programme for government on a referendum on protection of safe and adequate housing in our Constitution.
We want a government who are committed to building homes, affordable homes for the whole community so that we get fairness across the generations.
Let's try and solve this housing crisis once and for all. The new Minister for Housing will have to deliver the biggest programme for public and social housing that the state has ever seen. And that's what we need now. And that's the only way we're going to get any change on housing and have somewhere for our people to live in this land.